Welcome to another episode of SketchaLona. My name is Jan. And just before summer, I got to make the jump to beautiful Barcelona, where I now spend my time commuting, just like everywhere else. But I've succeeded in my quest to find a little bit more time in my daily routine for my art. And right now I'm busy filling up a sketchbook at work while showing you guys the sights and sounds of this beautiful city and what I've been getting up to in the past week, art-wise. Winter is coming. It's the end of October. We still have some decent sunny days left. They are forecasting just a little bit of rain though, so I don't know. I still walk to work. Today I took the tram back because I had to go to a mall and get a little a Google Chromecast for the TV in the living room, see how that's gonna satiate my tech desire. Stave off buying a new one. Make the old one a little bit more high tech with a little gadget. Just plug it in, done. Happy to see me? Well, let's try out the new toy.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Okay, Bluetooth device. Let's take you to the kitchen and prepare some cat food. The sketchbook. It's quite cool how quickly this baby's filling up. If you'd like to see some more of these, hey, there's 4 episodes for you to peruse. But in the meantime, let's check out what I did this week. So this first piece I want to show you is a portrait idea just to kind of warm up, and I kind of got a little carried away because one of my goals right now is to kind of keep my hands nimble and the eye-hand coordination going. So this one is a lot more realistic, but then I decided to go over it again with inks, even though the pencils are pretty sweet. So if you're new to this series, my long-term goal is to make my own comic book, and right now I'm writing more than I'm actually drawing pages. So what I try and do in the meantime is I try and level up my art by doing all sorts of things that I'm going to be doing on a comic book page, like texturing, cross-hatching, that kind of thing. And so instead of being precious, I kind of wanted to take this one all the way and just practice background stuff, you know. And then the next thing I want to do is the kind of thing you see here, which is to start drawing scenes instead of just faces, you know, like I did here. These are kind of the exercises I find myself going to time and time again every single day while I'm at work, just to kind of, you know, just get some faces out, try and draw the faces from different angles, put different expressions on them. And then this week, breaking down figures into body parts, you know, as a proper exercise, and just leaving it at that. I usually put a scene up, like this one is from The Raid, which is a pretty brutal action movie if you haven't seen it, not for the faint of heart. So let me show you how I got to drawing some of that. So here we are. A scene broken down into some very basic shapes and outlines, and then from there we take it further and we render out the figure in pencil. You know, I wish I hadn't been so stubborn when I was younger and forced myself to do this as a daily exercise, because I've noticed already in the few drawings that when I've done this on a day and then I try and draw a scene myself, like whether it's from memory or something in front of me, and I don't draw the basic shapes, I'm already a lot faster because I just see more. And I don't know, I've just always had this attitude with art that I just go at it straight away, just start rendering straight away, and if it doesn't work out, then I just have to make the drawing again. rather than just, you know, outlining everything and just getting the basic shapes done, roughing it out. But hey, I guess I just had to make that mistake myself for years. The second time ever I'm wearing a sweater, and this is it. Summer is over, guys. My brisk walk to work. A good 10-minute walk, and I'm soaked. Not a lot of cover between here and there. What to do? Oh man. What to do?
So let's get started on this little scene. We've got 3 characters from Star Wars Rebels, and I'm really just picking, you know, whatever is up on my screen. I was just watching this show while I was having breakfast, and I really enjoy this show. It's some good Star Wars action. There's some really nice characters, and so why not draw it, you know? Like, this is usually how I work during the week at work. I just start drawing away. I just pick something, like I just type in something random, like couple shopping. And whereas before I was just drawing faces, right now I'm trying to level up my art a little bit more. So I'm trying to move on to more complex scenes, so people doing stuff together, because that's the kind of stuff that, of course, will be required to make my comic book work. I've got a comic book in the works. I've been working on it for about a year with the 100 Days of Making Comics that Kevin Cross started out a long time ago. I think 3 years they've been on it. And it's one of those internet challenges where you do something every single day to further you along the goal of completing your own comic book. And I took my time, but I did make 100 videos, just not in exactly 100 days. But since then I've made some life changes. I've moved country and whatnot, and things weren't working out too well for me in England. So now I'm here in Spain. I found myself a job, which is very different from what I was doing before, working in hospitality. And that job gives me a lot of time to, well, not a lot of time, but there's definitely a lot more downtime and time in between to work on comic books and to work on art, which is awesome. Let's move this over a little bit. Let's get Sabine in there.
What you can't see that I'm actually doing on this page is this is actually a large piece of paper, and I'm actually, instead of just drawing on a piece of paper, I just draw different random scenes together to see, just to kind of see what comes up, you know, like storytelling wise. Like it's kind of like improv, I guess. just put things next to each other and just see what comes out. I'm also giving myself a little bit of freedom in texturing. So I don't know how to put it, but like I'm just kind of having fun and just trying stuff out, you know, rather than worrying too much about making something look really cool, even though like Sabine came out, like I really like how she came out. I'm not so sure about the guy on the left, the Mandalorian guy. So yes, you know, happy accidents, that kind of thing. Just see what comes up. Ready for some Luke Cage?
All the way up.
I'm not sure about this, kitty. I don't think Luke is gonna make it.
So what's happening? Well, it's just the start of the day. I had a massive coffee. So if I run off any second, please forgive me. But in the meantime, you know, I watched some Luke Cage. I'm almost at the end. Or played some video games, the new Batman game. Or not the new Batman, the Batman game from last year. And did some 3D. All of a sudden I felt the urge, like I want to learn some 3D. And I really want to learn some 3D because it doesn't look like I'm getting ZBrush anytime soon. So I have Blender. There's this free program, and it always seemed a bit of a steep learning curve, but having forced myself to learn a couple of these programs in the past, you know, it's doable. Like you just have to put in the hours, and it's frustrating as hell, as I'm already finding, like with the this Rubik's Cube interface where I'm just like, what, like there's so many little windows and subsets and whatnot, and it's just. But I found some decent tutorials, so I just had the urge to pick up some 3D, so I've been having a go at that, and then I was just kind of, you know, I feel like I've fallen behind, not drawing at work, but drawing at home, so time to put in the hours. And today I am going to the art supply store.
It's open.
So yes, my first proper art supply haul. Paints, the Chinese ink or Indian ink, some brand new pens, some pencils, thick marker, needle eraser, glue tack. I feel like there's one more. Oh yeah, this one. Obviously.
With that, I'm gonna leave you guys for this week. These videos always take a bit of time to edit, and I think I've passed the 2-hour mark some time ago. So it's time to call it a night and start uploading. And I'll leave you with this pencil inking of a drawing from last week. This is Wolverine, Hugh Jackman in his last role from the Logan trailer. So thanks so much for watching, and if you like what you see, hit like subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.